Hello everyone and welcome back to Danganronpa, where we will finally get out of here. Hey Kyoko, can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it in the hole. And then... click! Miracle! It opens!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from this garbage pit. Finally. Finally we're free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. A lot of ultimate. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel, exceeding straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We saw climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. Couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into the darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. Now that you said that, I'm kinda getting nervous. Maybe talking will keep my mind off of it. Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detective. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty in my family. My family has always seen it that way. And is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among the actual detective, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right?
Right.
So, because we take pride in it.
Indeed.
Detective is neither light nor shadow. Represent neither justice nor evil. It is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and so, to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Conscious effort?
It's true.
Kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we can do what we must do to protect it. Because like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains why I came here. When I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up on that pride. In order to enter Speak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that it was something that a true Kurigi detective would never do. But the reason you gave up your pride, the reason you wouldn't go up so far to enter Speak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Connect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting all those years, right? I would have so much to talk about.
Wrong.
Nothing I want to talk
However...
to my father about. There's something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him that face to face.
So...
What is it? I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in the line to become the next head of the Kurigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future,
However,
but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself from the family. Not long after that, my mom died, and he simply ran away. I went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure he wanted to take you up with him.
right.
That's true, and I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. But I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, but that's not true.
However,
There's one thing that I cannot forgive, really.
so
The way everyone else looked at me was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However,
But the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as a little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even this day. The shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of the shadow. That's why I need to find him and tell him that we're no longer family. Not to sell the part, in order to remove him from my life forever. I've no doubt he forgot me those years ago. But your family, you just cut him out of like that.
Wrong.
Your only connection is blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul?
Hey.
No. Blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood? Or by heart or soul? I was so shocked to hear that, or say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. True family is people that accept you, for who you are. True family won't judge you. So instead, I said nothing. Just kept climbing on the ladder in silence. And after, I don't know how long, family reached the top.
Indeed.
This is it. On the other side of this door is Hope's Peak waiting for us.
That's
Goodbye.
right.
Remember the hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll all come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. Reach my hand up and push against the hatch. I should open with ease and so. Looks like we're back. Can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't really say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of here. Now, we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Yuko, thank you. I never would have gotten out there without you. No thanks necessary. I'm just returning the favor. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but there's the last one to find out. And I'm worried, you too. You help me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course!
So then...
And let's just get a concrete answer, huh?
In other words...
But ask Pokemon. There's a problem. You're escaping. Wait, that's...
However...
We tried to hide. Well, it's only a matter of time till we find out. It's not like we can run away. As she said, and she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying that rather than stressing out over and caught. We should just give up now. Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. Mastermind is ensnared. There's something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
A mastermind stood exposed during an investigation to Mokuro's death. True. Because that was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. It was.
Right.
Or can talk to Mokuro and confirm it. And it'll be better for us to go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with the investigation. Oh no, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we? Mokuro should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Let's get going indeed.
Well now.
Hey.
Dogo, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be
Dead! What is he doing here?
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
You're supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help out?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
If the guilty party is exposed during a class trial, they alone will be executed! It's fortunate, but that is the rule. Now I'm gonna punish you again, and this time I won't leave you at any chance.
Kyoko,
Right.
why do you feel like you have to? What?
However...
But before you do, I just need to say one thing. If you sit a Makoto, that means you lose. But that matters to you, right? Huh? Well...
Hey! Explain yourself, what do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up this latest trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way and you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words...
Was supposed to be the chosen of the Blackened, and then executed, right?
Hey! What are you talking about?
However...
But when Makoto chose to my lie, your plan came crashing down. The result of that trial weren't at all what you were expecting. But because you never imagined that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
In response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and tried to execute him. You made a choice out of desperation, no more than that. Must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However...
But then there was another unexpected item that was waiting for you. An entity that wanted thrown a wrench, so to speak, in your previous execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that could come to your aid even after you killed
Am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mokuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto would certainly be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
So that means I lose? We thought a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto.
Well?
You can prove this, right?
Well...
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that.
What is this comedy routine? Research Bill claims without a shred of
That
evidence.
doesn't matter.
Don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute lure.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective by
Because...
Madoka was the killer. He never would have come to you willingly like this. Would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. Would have been gripped by despair you love so to inspire.
However...
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
But suppose we convince enough to convince me. Yeah, absence of evidence.
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince. You were trying to execute Makoto now? Everyone watching this would be extremely displeased.
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because we said exactly. He's right. This player can never kill Hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn or despair fair and
that's
square,
what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is your advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makoto's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulation to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown.
One final battle.
Between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would be a proper climax, wouldn't you say? Final trial. One showdown in order. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makoto's killer, the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept this challenge? They'll probably just exceeded me without another word. Would they? Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Oh my god, Barry.
What's wrong?
I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. No time for the bear jokes. Now, what you suggest might be plausible. It would be certainly make one for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If you did things your way, it'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it will cause an unbearable despair, right? And I'm pleased to agree. Will your help win out, or will despair claim victory?
Barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grimly shout out. The puns, they're killing me. Not in a good way. You're great. We still have one last shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So when a final ace face-off, you'll do underneath all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right! Every last mystery they're spawning around the school. If you can do
I
that,
can barely contain myself!
and that'll be enough to qualify a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to say all along. Okay. Well, good. Let's spread out. If you want to claw your way to the truth, Makoto's dead, and solve the mystery of the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When can you learn the whole truth? What kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered the last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their true own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one last thing. Remember the rule. When one of the students kills another, that's when the class trial is killed.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I don't want to confirm that is what you said, right? That is, a true statement. I don't have it to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the skill regulations. And having a trial from Makuro is no exception to that. This trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations? Which would have mean that whoever killed Makuro. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's the hint. I'm sure I've told you this already, but the kill game between with 16 participants. All of them high school students. And the only people with the Sega Kino 7-hole streak since the killer game began are those 16 students. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go so quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
Ow, my ears.
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya?
Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey! Leave me alone. Get out of here.
Okay, I'm really gonna let me go?
I don't even care anymore. I'm gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to get started getting ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. And he just continue laughing in background, Jesus. Mokuma's unstable laughter seems to cling to all us as we walked away. And just like that, we found our way out of the gym. Oh, things turned out pretty better. Yeah. Much more. Forgot my mic was turned off. Oh well. Once again, wasn't Gyoko's death. Gyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of
however,
you. Just thank me just yet. Real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But I'm still glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the anime would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they? We had no choice but to accept.
Because
of that one moment that the mastermind let his guard down, like I said. So, why does the mastermind let their guard down?
So...
Wasn't that there to it myself, but you do remember mastermind said. He said that they have hijacked the airways to go across their school lives to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the highway seems to be a bit unbelievable. Extremely is. But then again, this is a video game. I don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to put off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But to think of it another way, there must have been some reason they had to do something like that difficult.
so...
They had to show the world something no matter the cost. Us killing each other. You wanted to show the world?
It would seem...
Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. Those stupid regulations didn't exist. Nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words,
Unless my ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and to show off to the world. Why?
correct.
Prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for speak, right? concept. We're taking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those who represent hope to kill each other and sink to despair, Mastermind wants the world to see that despair is better than hope. Their goal is the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope. But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. Not that irrational in the real world. I mean, the real world's filled with despair already. The kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us
Makoto.
suffer? I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led the Mastermind revealing their weaknesses. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast a skilling game to the world. Mastermind has had more than particular than is reasonable, but their own regulation. Yeah, I can't read. Mastermind simply ignored their rules. This wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided
at
slaughter.
the very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. That's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
But it's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Yuko broke the rules, which was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
Instead, they tried to use last trial following the proper rules to get me killed. In a trial that didn't even have a right answer, and made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you, and Dad also was not the killer. And when the fact was exposed on live TV to the entire world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope. They have to defeat us in the perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the Mastermind's harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
But only thanks to you, we've got the chance. Because you believed in me. Now the path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thought and plans you were able to figure out. And have a slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reason. Essentially, I was making a bet,
Phew.
but it also, I got it right. Last time, at least, I won a bet. You let out a sigh. I look as if small a sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to talk to him. Saying a strong demeanor as if I've been a little part of negotiation and persuasion, would you say? Plus, if I showed my easiness, it would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right.
However,
Whatever. Anyway, we can relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. Alright. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to
Hey.
win. But before we begin our final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True. Now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is to work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However,
Is that really possible?
anyway,
Anyway, right now, we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere, shall we? Yeah.
Anyway,
Finally. Good at it. Is it broken?
whew,
Personal is emotional instability reaches limit. Jeez, what the?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. Couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it, that's Makoto!
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Is that a good thing or bad thing from you?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Who was there? My friends who had struggled together to survive. As soon as I saw that face, I couldn't help myself. It's nice to see them again, yeah? Oops.
What?
Oh well. Wrong button. Wait, what's it?
What
Oh,
the heck?
yeah. And seriously, sting. Makoto, he smells like a wet dog. Get away! Shoo! Shoo! And it flashed, my tears dried up. You stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you!
Kind of physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. Sorry. I was throwing garbage for a while. The smell is so smelling. You seem happy for some reason. Weird. So, what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured out since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again, and no dice. All the rooms were locked before we were still locked. There weren't anything new areas. And where can we go find clues? Still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me neither. Do you realize why you're alter ego? He saved my life.
That's right.
No, too many people can say that they had their lives saved. Not too many people. There, can't talk. Whatever. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Yo!
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go in the spirit
know?
world. Did you get to talk to her?
Hmm.
Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the flip is Miss Cleo? Ah, these goof.
Makoto.
No time to indulge in the extent of a happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Makuma.
Yes.
Explain. Explain what? Is it okay? You're still here. What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what we have to tell you. I'm telling you all about the last trial. The last
In
trial.
other words,
We're going to redo Makuro's trial. What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makuro's the killer, right? No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course, it's not me or any of you. And who is it?
I see.
Or is she saying that it was all the work of the mastermind? What? You're saying the mastermind killed Makuro?
That's right.
That's right. I was on and about right trap. Been tried by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But in his decision, that meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
Spotted the trap, did Makoto? It sounded like it wasn't easy, you know.
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulation. It is. Rule states that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. which is why I want to negotiate with them. I'll one more trial this time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. Use the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
Correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of last trial. You said now that Mastermind is ensnared. That's what you meant referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm still in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. During all this, what do we do now?
About that.
About who killed Mokuro, right? So our job is to expose the Mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery?
But
We've been looking all around out time. We still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
Probably guessed already. But if we did lose this time, everyone else does.
Oh
Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine with living here forever. The master. I meanwhile want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
Anyway, to this point, the only way to survive is to unravel the truth. In other
Interesting.
words, one decides the final battle, a rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who's the mastermind and how they kill Mokuro and all the school mysteries. It's all for the order. Maybe all the time trials different. We know who the enemy is now. So we have to work together to stretch out so we can, I'm sure, we can all solve the mysteries. Whatever. I'm not sure about that. Huh?
I
You can agree with the idea of working together. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve the mysteries. I thought too at first. The Mokuma gave us a little hint of this. Really polarizing approach. I know, but okay, that depends. Oh yeah, 16 students.
I see.
Must said that, did he? And Mokuro's, Kyoko's. I can't talk. Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words,
The mastermind really is the one who killed Mokuro, as Mokuro says. Then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Mokuro could possibly murder Mokuro. But there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot on speed are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. And the mastermind is one of the 15. Plus that was in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro, you get 16. The mastermind would have been one of them?
that's right.
And one of those 16 people we started out with, the only one still alive. I felt while standing here needed to continue, or do I get it now?
What?
You're saying that Mastermind was with us?
no way!
Can't be serious. Wait, you can't say that for sure it's true yet. Makuma might have just said that to confuse us.
indeed.
Certainly a possibility, but only one among us mainly. Mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. That is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. Can't say that's not possible. If one of us was a mastermind, it ought to be controlling Makumuya somehow. But you never see anyone acting suspicious anytime Makuma was active.
Well,
Then snuck off, controlled him in secret?
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. we would have noticed someone sneaking off at many times.
I'm right?
Meeting Kuma's on autopilot. Maybe they're loaded with dialogue and action beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversation with us. But wouldn't be entirely impossible if they're that fluent conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Or there's another option.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
And I think we'll leave it at that for today. Cause there's so many questions. And like I was about to say, doesn't mean that it's one of us. It could also be someone who didn't truly die. Somehow. But, who knows? I have no idea. Or Monokuma could be lying. There's so many things that it could be. Until next time, Masky.